What's up, YouTube? Hefe coming to you, Captain Awesome's Fish Room. It's Tuesday, almost hump day in the fish room, guys. I'm still having a blast. I am having a great time. However, I did realize that I've been bringing you all a lot of videos lately of, look what I got, or look what I'm doing, all that junk and, crap, just, showing y'all what I've gotten, showing y'all what I'm doing and stuff like that. I haven't really been bringing y'all informational videos, knowledge bombs, stuff like that. So today's video is going to be a knowledge bomb. It's going to have a lot of information. I hope y'all enjoy it. But a few housekeeping notes before we start this session. As you can see here, we still have viable eggs. They are looking fantastic. A whole bunch of them have little black dots in them, which, is of course the eyes. As you can see, a few more did fungus over, so we're looking at probably, I'd say, 75 to 80% of viable lay. It's not a successful spawn, guys, until you have wrigglers. Okay, you got to have wrigglers, in my opinion, for it to be a successful spawn. But if everything goes well and those eggs are what I think they are, which they should be, unless they eat them or something else happens, we should have wrigglers by, I'd say, tomorrow night or the next morning. So stay tuned for that. Update on the 10-gallon update on the 10-gallon plant holding tank, because I'm a procrastinator, haven't gotten the 50 long up yet. God, I'm so sick of telling y'all that I haven't gotten that up yet. I want it up. That's what she said. Beat you to it, CichlidMan09. But we did a drastic hack in here today. Cut down the Bacopa, cut down the Rotala indica. There was a lot of light blockage, so I really didn't have to cut the Cardinalis. Let's see, I cut you can see it down there, the Hygrophila polysperma sunset. We got that trimmed up real nice. And just to give you an idea of how much I took out of there, you can see it all right back behind there, I guess, kinda, maybe not. But I have a big old group of the Hygropoliesperma, guys, and super pumped about that. Did a huge trimming on the stargrass. And guys, when I say I did a huge trimming on the stargrass, let me show y'all what I'm talking about here, okay? Let me show y'all what Captain Awesome is talking about. Check this out. I can't even get it all. Holy stargrass, Batman. Look at all that. I mean, God almighty, stargrass. Jeez, Pete's. But, yeah, guys, so did a drastic trimming in there, opened it up a little bit, got more light flowing. I also moved the Ludwigia inclinata tornado. I cut it, it grew to the top again, so obviously I can grow it. So hopefully that stem will start sprouting again, and this one will reach up to the top. We'll get that going. I want to bring that to the hobby, guys. It's not readily available, and it's hardcore expensive. So I definitely want to propagate that and get that out to anybody that wants it. But let's see, what else did I have before we start? I think that was it. Yes, that's it. Okay, so today's topic is going to be on drip systems, ladies and gentlemen. Drip systems. Awesome, awesome drip systems. Okay, I'm going to use my boy Forrest in this video. CichlidMan09 is going to be an example. So stay tuned for that. Look at the shrimp, by the way, guys. Got some eggies. Got shrimp. Got shrimp. Got breeding shrimp. What? Damn, Jeff, you're awesome. Must be why people call you Captain Awesome. Anyways, we're going to go over drip systems today, guys. Got a lot of information about it, so make sure you pay attention. Any questions, direct them at me, shoot them at me, whatever you want to do. I'll be more than happy to answer them. But I was talking to my buddy Katie today. Her link will be in the description, guys, so make sure you sub her up, check out her videos and stuff. She has awesome things going on. But I was talking with her today, and we got on the subject of drip systems, and she got to asking me a couple questions about them. I was answering them, and I told her, hey, this might be a good video. So I'm going to make a video about drip systems. Excuse me, I got something in my throat, guys. Excuse me. God. Anyways, drip systems. Okay, they are a great tool inside the hobby, guys, and that's just what they are, is a tool, okay? A lot of people think that when you set up a drip system, you eliminate water changes. That is not a fact. That is not true. That is a total myth, and it's just been busted. I promise you, you cannot get rid of water changes with just a drip system, guys. It's totally not possible, okay? And let me tell you why. What a drip system does, first and foremost, is it drips water into your system, okay? Drips fresh water into your system, flows around in your tank, and then generally on the other end where your overflow is to take wastewater out, it drains, alright? First and foremost, you cannot guarantee that only wastewater is coming out of your overflow, okay? It's impossible to guarantee that. You can't guarantee that, so you might as well just accept it as a fact. You cannot guarantee that only wastewater is going to come out of that overflow, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot. Plus, what about, what about the organics inside your substrate, guys? All the fish poop, the uneaten food, stuff like that. What's going to take that out? A gravel vac, right? Not a drip system, okay? What's going to take out hormones, pheromones, and dissolved organics out of your water column? Sure, the drip system is going to take, you know, a good portion of those out, but guys, when you do water changes, that's when you take the majority of all that crap and crud and all that other stuff out of your system, okay? What a drip system does is it dilutes your system, okay? So you have a system running, take my 55 here for example. If I'm doing 55 gallons a week for simplicity, I'm dripping in 55 gallons of fresh water per week inside this system. You know, so a lot of people would think, oh, you're doing 100% water change every week and not having to lift a finger. That's incorrect, guys. What I'm doing whenever I drip in 55 gallons of fresh water inside this system is I'm prolonging my maintenance. Okay? Now, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It only turns into a bad thing if you let it go too long. Okay? If you're dripping in 55 gallons a week, guys, the water that's still inside of your system is still going to have dissolved organics in it, and your substrate is going to still have organics in it. Fish poop, uneaten food, whatever else can be in there, okay? You know, a drip system is not going to do a gravel vac for you, and a drip system is not going to take everything out of your water column. Now, given a water change will not take everything out of your water column either, but you're getting rid of a good majority of dissolved organics, you know, hormones, pheromones, all that fun stuff. I'm just going to say crud for now on because I'm tired of repeating that. It takes all that crud out of your system and you replace it with totally fresh water. On top of that, you're replenishing electrolytes in the water and you're replenishing vitamins and minerals, the good stuff, guys. You're replenishing the good stuff inside of your system when you do a water change. With a drip system, you're adding fresh water to the system, but you're also taking fresh water from the system with your overflow. Now, you're taking wastewater with that fresh water, but you're still taking that out. So, with the drip system, guys, it's not an automatic water change system, okay? Automatic water change systems drain a tank to a certain level, like at Discus Farms. They drain a tank to a certain level, then you turn another valve and it fills your tank back up with fresh water. Okay, that's an automatic water change. A drip system is sort of like that, it just prolongs your maintenance. That's all it does, okay? Now, drip systems can also help you stay consistent with your water quality because a lot of people, you know, unless you're keeping planted tanks or, you know, some other kind of sensitive fish or something like that, most people just use whatever their tap water is as far as water quality, like a pH of 7, you know, general hardness, KH, carbonate hardness, you know, all that fun stuff. They're just using their tap as, you know, a water parameter set, okay? Now, your drip system is going to help maintain that because you're constantly dripping in that water quality, so it'll stay that way longer, okay? Now, take me for an example. I do 75 to 80% water changes on all of my tanks every single week. Every single week I go to every tank and take out 75 to 80% of the water and fill it back up. Okay? Now, once I get my drip system up and going, guys, that's going to prolong my maintenance. It's going to give me more time to spend inside my fish room not working on my fish room. So instead of doing them every week, I'll be able to do them every other week or every third week, maybe even once a month, guys. You just have to kind of gauge it depending on the fish that you keep, your bio load, and you know, the size of your system and the size of the fish. And you definitely want to start paying attention to your substrate when you stop doing regular water changes when you add a drip. The things you want to look for inside of your substrate is kind of grimy looking stuff when it looks kind of powdery on top of the rocks. If you have a layer of fish mulm and you don't have plants in the system, you know, that's waiting too long. Basically, you want to do a gravel vac / water change before your substrate starts to look like that, or your water quality. Even though you're dripping in a bunch of fresh water, 55 gallons a week, guys, your water quality is still gonna, you know, it's still gonna go down. Okay. Now, here's where I'm gonna use Cichlid Man 09, guys. He has an awesome drip system. As a matter of fact, my drip system is gonna be modeled after his drip system. Y'all saw the other day when I showed y'all the stuff that I got from Home Depot that I picked up the same exact inline carbon block that he got to run on his drip system. I mean, I'm serious, guys. When I say that he has the best drip system I've ever seen, I mean it, okay? Mine is actually going to be modeled after this guy's. Cichlid Man 09, Forest Buddy, if you're watching this, which I know you are, your drip system is the bomb. Cichlid Man 09's link will be in the description as well, guys. Make sure you sub up to him. Definitely a knowledge dropper. So definitely sub him up, watch all his videos, give him a like, and let him know what you're thinking. But anyways, back on the topic, guys, ask Forrest, ask Cichlid Man 09 if he doesn't do water changes. I guarantee you he'll say, yes, absolutely I do water changes. Now, he doesn't do them as regularly as he used to before his drip system, but I promise you guys, when you ask him if he still does water changes, he's going to say absolutely. I promise you that. Because a drip system does not alleviate your water changing responsibilities on your system. It just doesn't. You know, it's not taking out all the crap and replenishing all the good stuff, okay? It's taking out some of the crap and replenishing some of the good stuff. Now, one of the downfalls with a drip system is if you have a bunch of planted tanks. Katie mentioned this today, and it was kind of an enlightening moment for me as well, because I didn't think about it. As y'all know, inside my new fish room, I'm going to have a centralized filtration unit, and all my tanks are going to be running on that. However, I have to reconsider what I'm doing now because I'm going to have 2 or 3 planted tanks. If you have your planted tank running on a drip system, it's going to be less consistent. As a matter of fact, it's going to be way inconsistent. Because if you're using fertilizers, whether it be liquid or dry ferts, or CO2 and or CO2, it's going to be really hard to maintain the levels you need for your plants to thrive with those supplements, okay? With CO2, you want 30 ppm inside of your water column at any given time, and with your dry ferts, it depends on the one you're using. The one I'm using, which is by Greenleaf Aquariums, you want 1 milliliter per day an hour before lights on. It's going to be, you know, really hard to keep those levels consistent when you have a drip system because it's constantly changing, guys. It's constantly turning over your water volume, taking out some of that, and it's also going to take out some of the CO2. So you're going to have to up your bubble count to maintain the 30 ppm. You're going to have to up your fertilizers, maybe even put a drip system with your fertilizer so it constantly drips in there so you're not losing anything. Now, in my opinion, that's a waste of money when you can just set up an automatic water change and get the same effect and be way more consistent with a planted tank. With a planted tank, guys, or if you have a planted fish room, which I know a lot of you do, a lot of you only keep planted tanks, a drip system is not for you. An automatic water change system is, okay? You know, it's just way too inconsistent to use a drip system on a Planet aquarium or, you know, anything like that. Let's check out the Glosso up here. Haven't shown y'all that in a long time. It's growing like a beast. Maybe you won't be able to see it. Kinda, but it's growing like a beast. But yeah, guys, it's going to be really hard to stay consistent with a drip system on a planted tank. You know, for the simple fact that if you have a tank where you don't add ferts or you don't add CO2 or anything like that, then yeah, I mean, by all means, do a drip system. That's awesome. But if you're doing ferts or CO2, guys, a drip system probably won't be as efficient as it could be. Okay. Oh, one other update. I did a trimming on the Aponogeton, the Madagascar lace here, and also added more flow. I got some melt on it, so I trimmed off a lot of the dead leaves. Didn't get them all, but I got most of them, and I upped the flow because I had some sediment setting on the leaves, and I know that plant doesn't like that, and I don't like that either. So, oh, God, I'm talking a lot. But here, let me look over my notes, make sure I got everything. Let's see. We'll also... one other important fact. With drip systems, guys, another reason you want to keep up on your maintenance. Now, you won't have to do your maintenance as often. We already discussed that. But you want to keep up with your maintenance because if you don't, it'll also make your filtration unit, whatever kind you're running, sump, hang-on back, sponge, whatever, internal, whatever, it'll make your filtration unit overwork, and it could cause a crash in your system. Okay? Now, what I mean by overwork is your filtration unit is going to be taking in way more dissolved organics than it's used to. It's going to be taking in way more organics than it's used to, which can cause a buildup in your filter and can cause your filter to crash in the way of actually breaking, or it can cause your system failure. What I mean by that is it can cause your bacterial colony to completely die off and completely kill your whole system. So that's what I mean by system crash. So you definitely want to keep up on your maintenance. Check out that assassin snail, guys. Look at that beast. Hunting for dinner. Oh, got mommy shrimp with babies? Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. But anyways, that's really all I have about drip systems, guys. You know, as I said, they're a great tool to the hobby. They're definitely beneficial. And inside my new fish room, I'm actually considering doing an automatic water change on top of my drip system to just to make it completely automated, guys. I mean, how cool would that be? But with all that said, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. As always, please rate, comment, subscribe. This is what I'm doing. This is what I've done. And we'll see y'all next time. Adios, folks.